remember when I first started my garden, I was feeling so confident about it after only just a few short months. And then I decided I wanted irises. So I planted them. The irises, they didn't bloom, and I was annoyed and I was frustrated so quickly. I remember going to work and talking about how I planted them and they would not bloom. And a lady told me, irises take about 3 years to bloom. And I thought that she was confused. I couldn't imagine that it would take so long for a flower to bloom. But she was right. 3 years later, when my irises started to bloom, I didn't know what they were. I thought they were a weed. And then I found myself frustrated again because these weeds, they were strong and they were determined and they were so uniformed, almost like they felt like they should be there. So I didn't figure it out until they had actually bloomed that they were the irises I had planted 3 years before. Isn't that just a metaphor for life? So many times in life we plant seeds that we plant them and we forget about them and we walk away. Or maybe we stand there for a while and we get frustrated and then we come back after some time, and depending on our disposition, we find ourselves surprised or confused because what we planted so long ago has finally bloomed. It's so imperative to make a plan and not lose sight so that we're not caught off guard. And when things bloom for us, we're ready to take action. This past Sunday, I went to my silent book club, which I don't go to regularly. I just go to whenever I feel so inclined. And what I love about Silent Book Club is that everybody brings their own book. Whatever they pick is what they bring. There are no predetermined books or anything of that nature. And they sit and they read silently for like an hour. And then afterwards, for the next hour after that, we tell each other about the books that we are reading. And it's just so cool because it's a really creative, solitary yet social way of introducing people to different genres of writing: fiction, sci-fi, memoirs, history. There's this one chick, she comes in and she brings a textbook like every time. And she's always so engaged in whatever it is. Like, and her engagement makes it easy to understand why she is so enthusiastic about whatever it is. And the age diversity is present, gender diversity, ethnic diversity. Is just a really great way of meeting all kinds of people because we all pick whatever we want. So everybody has that freedom and liberty within the book club. You ever been to a book club and you kind of feel you're engaged, but you also feel slightly restricted? Well, at the Silent Book Club, we don't have that problem. Romeo's meowing. I keep telling myself that I'm gonna go to the botanical gardens and just wander around like Alice in my own wonderland. But I keep coming up with reasons why I should wait. And in this line of thinking, I have come to the realization that it has probably been more than a year now since I have been. So, it has been more than a year that I have allowed myself, that I have given myself permission to go to one of my favorite places. And then I also realize and wonder, there have been so many other places, local, attainable places, that I have intentionally denied myself access to. And it makes me wonder, what am I doing? Giving myself a subconscious report card? And if so, why am I giving myself such poor grades? Why? Motivation has more of an impact than criticism does. By far. I learned that when I read Carnegie's 10 ways to influence people and gain friends by Dale Carnegie. Yes, he made that mention. Positive reinforcement is more impactful. So why am I acting in an inverse, contrary way with my own self when I have this own realization? And then I also, as I'm filming this, I wonder how many other people are doing the same things to themselves. When we all know going somewhere new, giving ourselves a new environment, physical or otherwise, has a profound impact. They say that when you lay by the water, it soothes you, and it's been clinically proven to reduce heart attacks, heart disease. I wonder if anybody else feels the same way. I wonder if anybody else has their local special place that they only go to in certain times for special reasons. I wonder if other people have, a vacation destination that they see as like their, to quote Emily Henry, their happy place. Their happy place. And I wonder what international places people have as their wonderland. And is there various degrees of places that give us peace, clarity, and joy? And if so, what do you call those places? Do they get special names? I believe that one of the first steps in gaining peace in life, and peace is not a docile, how do you say that? It is not a sign of weakness to demonstrate peace. It is a sign of strength in knowing that you acknowledge the things that you can change and the things that you cannot change. And in that knowing comes great empowerment. I did not understand for a long time, one, why God decided to give me this baby doll voice that I thought by now I would have grown out of. But if you know God, you know that He has a sense of humor, and I still have my baby doll voice. I know that peace is realizing there are things that you can change and there are things that you cannot change. And to take it a step further, there are things that you might never accept. And in that realization that you might never accept it, you actually do come to an acceptance of the fact that you are simply not going to accept it. And in that way, you are able to compartmentalize, move it to a different area in your mind, in your heart, and move forward. However, in that compartmentalization, you are acknowledging that it is still there. It's still there. So maybe you may revisit the thought or whatever it is, the event, but you don't linger. You don't linger. You acknowledge it and then you progress continuously. So I'm very curious, what are your favorite places? What are the places that give you peace, that give you levity, that inspire you, that make you feel like anything is possible? Because it really, truly is. We are the masters of our destiny. You are amazing, you are smart, you are kind, you are full of potential. And what you imagine is what you become. What you inspire is what you invoke. And what people will remember you for. A bad day is not a bad day. It is an opportunity